Hey, Mech Warriors, welcome to Bad Ben's Battle Mechs. I'm Bad Ben. So, since the last time you may have seen this city, and if you haven't seen this city, may I suggest that you go and watch the video in which I built it. I'll leave a link in the description. Anyway, since the last time you may have seen this city, we've had some developments. Mainly, Malvina Hazen and the entire clan Jade Falcon Tumen has left their occupation zone and made their way to Earth to go and conquer Terra. Which is great for us, being Jade Falcon Dark Cast pirates and all. However, they accidentally left a Sibco training star here on the planet, who were on a little training exercise and were supposed to be picked up a couple of weeks ago. They started getting low on supplies, and they issued a batch all to us for supplies. We thought we had them, but we didn't know that they had a dropship in orbit in which they orbitally bombarded our wall here and collapsed it. Bam. They were able to get into the base, and it was a bad fight. We finally fought them to a standstill. A truce was called, and they've kind of had to end up joining us because they really don't have any other solution. Other than that, the 21st Centauri Lancers have landed on this planet and started policing it, and actually started building a mercenary hiring hall here on the planet, which is kind of bad news for us. Sort of. They're making a lot of money. A lot of people in orbit waiting to land at their spaceport. And they're just going to get more powerful and eventually come for us and take us down. So we figured we'd get in on this action as well. Kind of give up the pirate life and maybe build a secondary spaceport here in the wastes of the city to offer a few extra landing pads. So our idea is actually to scrap all of these buildings here, flatten the whole area, and start building a few spaceport facilities. Now, today it's just going to be a start. We are going to need a lot more than what we got here, but I'll show you. We got a few plans ordered for a few spaceport items, and we think that we can build these with the material from the repurposed buildings. So we need a landing pad, obviously. What kind of spaceport would it be without a landing pad? Got the plans here. We're going to need this warehouse, obviously. You need a place to be able to resupply them from. We got another building here, and of course a crane. There's the warehouse again, but the crane to be able to resupply all of the dropships that land, right? Of course. That crane is actually looking a little small, so we're going to see what we can do to kind of lift it up, get it to the proper height. It's going to be a big one. These, believe it or not, dropships are enormous. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to rip all this stuff down. We got a bunch of mechs. We're going to start ripping it all down, repurpose it into the stuff we need, and start building it. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so we're not actually going to be scrapping any of this stuff and turning it into anything else. I actually ordered some MDF kits from a company called PWork Wargames, and we're going to be putting that together and mod podging it, and then at some point you'll see it all turn gray because I took it out to the garage and spray painted it, and then comes some panel lining and painting and weathering, and we'll get to that as soon as the mechs are finished scrapping and recycling all these buildings into MDF kits for us. Looks like they're done. Let's get to it. Right, so here it is, the beginnings of my spaceport. And I did make some modifications. This was supposed to be a radar station. This was supposed to be a radar dish. These were supposed to just be extra boxes that came with it. And so I turned that into a rocket launcher, a capital-sized rocket launcher, to be sure. And then I fit some pegs on here, and that fits on, get it right. So, there, just like that. Doesn't go anywhere. This turns, and I wasn't so pleased with the range on the arm of the crane, so I built this extra like so that it can go like all over the place. And so I know what you're thinking. This is enormous. This is way too big. This isn't to scale. How can this be to scale? And to that I say, believe it or not, not only is this to scale, but that gigantic landing pad, this one, would actually in the universe be able to hold maybe a small dropship. And if you want me to prove that, I have something here that is just about exactly the size of a Union dropship, which is about a medium dropship, right here. Yeah, that's how big they are. There's a mech. And that would be about the size of a Union dropship, which, as you can see, if it had landing gear, would actually be too big to land on this thing. And indeed, you would need a crane about that size if you wanted to resupply it from the top. They have like little hatches that open up, and you can put in supplies and anyways, so there it is. Yeah, as I said, the MDF terrain we used is from PWork Wargames. I'm super happy with the MDF terrain. It turned out really nice. It went together super easy. Painted it up, weathered it up. The only thing I could say about it, some of the panel lines were kind of shallow and hard to see, so I had to go over it with a pencil and all of that. Yeah, got my rocket launcher that I built. That thing would be able to shoot down a dropship for sure. Got the warehouse, got the landing pad, but there's a lot more to come. We're going to need a runway. I'm thinking maybe here along this area would be a good place for a runway. We're going to probably need aircraft hangars. We'll need a air traffic control tower, other buildings, probably a helipad, possibly a smaller landing pad as well, some extra radar dishes, all that kind of stuff to make it a proper spaceport, right? Fill this thing out completely. So that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to see you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.